happy to be able to present to you this debut episode of the Market Chart Show.
And I say yes. Wow. Wow, I'm pumped up, baby.
That means they're going to be coming out with clones out the wazoo. Will it be 1 clone, 2 clones, 3 clones?
Buddy.
Thanks, man. And good morning, Grills tomorrow. Check it out. I'm gonna be there, man.
Arena Fett, right?
Arena. right. All right,
maybe. Sipping some epic wizard juice, because you have to wonder, is it possible, Star Wars newsman, that the wizard juice is going to be in full effect for all 2023 when it comes to Star Wars Hot Toys? And you say whatever.
I say absolutely it is.
Ooh,
So much
baby.
goodness. So much goodness coming in 2023 for us.
Well, I tell you what, it started off, ended 2022 with a bang with that Mace Windu, started off with a bang with that Clone Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi from the 20th anniversary of the Clone Wars. And guess what? This whole month, newsman, we are celebrating 2 years here at Six Scale Cantina. And what you gonna do when Dark Jedi Aries and Six Scale Cantina celebrate 2 years on you? What are you going to do? Because all through this month and leading up through February, we're going to have an epic, and I mean epic, giveaway here at Six Scale Cantina, Aries Cantina, home of sixscalecantina.com. Before the Mandalorian Season 3 premiere, Brent, which is going to be on Wednesday, March 1st, that Monday Raw, I'm going to give away not just one hot toy, but a couple of hot toys from my own collection. Look, some shipping boxes right here.
Whoa.
I got them all in front of me, baby. Some bigger stuff right here that I'm going to be giving away. Are you kidding me? But here's a stipulation, Brent. A lot of people watch this and they don't subscribe. You guys, you gals who are watching, you're going to have to subscribe, because if you win and you're not subscribed, I'm not going to mail it to you, baby. And listen, since I'm giving all these hot toys away from my collection, Brent, they can pay the shipping.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Click the like button, people. Subscribe to this man's channel. Do it right now. It's not that difficult. Just do it.
Just do it. And it's not that difficult for me to go ahead and give away to you some hot toys from the Dark Jedi's personal collection with the shipping boxes. I'm going to be giving away a couple of them, baby. And all you have to do, besides believe that you can win, all you have to do is subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to it now. The details on how to enter the multi-hot toy giveaway, so that way people have more than one shot, because that sucks, right, Brent? You give away one and everybody's like, crap, I didn't win. Well, guess what? I'm going to roll the dice again.
Let me ask you a question. Happy birthday, by the way, on your 2-year anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever think 2 years ago when you started this that it would have grown into what it has here 2 years later?
No. I actually never thought. And listen, we got brother cousins coming in. The 1/6 scale man is going to be coming in later. Right now, starting off, it's Brent and I. And welcome to Six Scale Raw. But no, baby. I didn't think so. I mean, I was hoping so. But I only ever wanted to get to 1,000 subs, to be honest with you, newsman. I told you this before, I think. I only ever wanted to get to 1,000. I said, maybe if I get to 1,500, now I'm approaching 2,500, and that's fine. I think the limit for me, once I get to 3,000, and I've done this all natural, it just comes in. You know, and I stick with my lane. I only do what I'm going to do because I want to keep enjoying myself. Because if I try and push other stuff, then this wizard juice ain't going to have much magic. You know what I'm talking about?
I do.
Because you were in broadcasting how many years? You got to keep it real, baby.
Absolutely.
So, no, it's just awesome because I have a lot of fun doing this. Like, I'm looking forward to hanging out. Like, I see Louis Labitz in here. I see Mr. Mom's Collectible. I see Joker J. And so many others. I'm just happy to hang out with Big Dog Pound. Woo! So, you know, that's why I do this, to be completely honest with you. But no, I didn't think so, but I'm having fun.
You should be having fun, you know. What was it, the movie Field of Dreams? If they build it, they will come, or if you build it, they will come. I mean, look what you've built. You've built it, and they have come. And you have a great family here and a community that you have started 2 years ago, Aries, and I tip my hat to you. Wizard Man.
Wizard Man, giving away Hot Toys here. So listen, in order to be able to win some of these Hot Toys, you're going to have to subscribe to Aries Cantina, home of Six Scale Cantina. So go ahead and do that, because the program I'm going to use when we roll the dice, not just once, but a couple times, is going to vet out if you're not a subscriber. Plus, I'm going to look too before I ship it. If you're not subbed, not getting it. So make sure you do that. That's all I ask. And then you got to pay the shipping, but I'll give them away, baby. To sell. Oh, well, guess what, Brent? These figures are all going to be from not Rogue One, not The Rise of Skywalker, not The Last Jedi. They're from a TV show, The Mandalorian.
And there are some good ones from there, too. Some really good ones, right? Man, I just got that deluxe Mando the other day with all those accessories, and man, with that head sculpt and everything, it's just such a tight and great looking figure. So
did it talk to you, Brent, and do this?
This is the way.
It did. It did. It was not easy to get all those accessories, by the way, on that bar and get his hands behind it, because I really wanted to kind of showcase him and display him that way. But I tell you what, that head sculpt is absolutely fantastic when you see that in person.
I absolutely cannot wait.
It's outstanding.
Really, I can't wait. I can't wait to get that.
He has messy hair. Like there's a little tuft of his hair on the top that sticks up, like he just took his helmet off. And they added that little detail, and when you see it, it's like unbelievable.
Well, I can't wait to get it. I'm actually getting mine from my good friend Ray, who owns Hawk Wars Toys, and sometimes I share his data as part of my market chart show, which I know you watch. Yep. And I was just talking to him today, actually, and I already I've had that figure reserved, but he's getting those in. Shout out there to Hawk Wars Toys. But listen, speaking of the guy that you got here,
This is the way.
he's sitting at table 2. And listen, everybody that's in here, what table did you reserve? Did you reserve table 2? Did you reserve table 66, the most dangerous table in the cantina? Did you reserve table 44, the coldest table? Did you reserve the table where TK FOMO is sitting? Maybe we'll hear from TK FOMO tonight. You have to wonder. But let me know what table you're at. We'll fill you up. I know I got to play the intro and tell you what we're going to talk about here tonight. But let's go ahead and say hi to some of the people that are in here. We've got Mr. Bob Collectibles. What a great channel this guy has. You want to go ahead and check him out, Mr. Mom's Collectibles. Looking forward to having Ryan in here soon, Mr. Mom's Collectibles. He's at table 66. So should I play it? Should I play it, Brent? What say you?
I think he deserves to have you play it. So roll it, baby.
All right. Well, here we go. Table 66.
You're delicious, bro. Ciao, boys.
That's not table 66. Did Pizza the Hut beat up the Emperor? What the heck is going on?
I don't know.
Oh my God. That was kind of a poor table 66 here. My goodness gracious. Well, that pizza is good. Oh, that's why, because the emperor's eating pizza.
Good.
And Thule's in the house here. Big Dog Pound saying, "Woo, what is up, Thule?" Lewis Labitz, what's up to you? MB Dyson, good to have you in here. Blackbird text said he is at the table of scum and villainy.
Ooh, that's from Tellman's Cantina, baby.
You underestimate my power.
Wow. The Thor is in here. What's up, buddy? And he says that I should know what table he's at. He's with the Mando dude, and he's sitting in between the Mando and this guy over here who's I think everybody knows who this is.
This drink, I like it.
I know, it's great, right?
Another.
There you go.
Yeah, continuing to go through in here. Sean Bean is in the house at table 4. What is going on? Good to have you in here, Sean Bean, for sure. Really? You're cold, Sean?
Oh, really? You're cold?
Some good stuff. Oh, look who's in here. OG fan when Star Wars was just Star Wars with the Aries and the Wonder and the possible little emojis and the wizard. And I think we all know what table he's sitting at. He's got to be sitting at, a very... this is from the best show. This show was better than Grey's Anatomy, better than ER, better than CSI, probably one of the best shows in history, better than them all. Here it goes.
I'm Boba Fett. I'm here to see the mayor.
Boba Fett. Do you have an appointment?
And it looks like we have got the Hot Toys Wizard maybe in the house. Brother, what's going on, Leo? We got the 1/6 scale, man. What's going on, my friend?
Hey, man. Sorry I'm late. Work always takes over, as always. So, thanks for having me here, man.
Oh, it's a great pleasure having you in here, Leo. 1/6
bro.
scale, man. Come on. And as I mentioned, we're going to have Leo joining us in here. We're going to have Brother Cousins here in a little bit. You're watching 6 Scale Raw. Listen, Leo, I was talking about, last year last week.
Yeah.
It was the 2-year anniversary here at Aries Cantina, 6 Scale Cantina.
Okay.
So all month I'm doing a celebration. But
Yeah,
then I'm leading it up. I'm leading it up, bro, to the week of the Mandalorian season 3, when that goes out Wednesday, March 1st. So what I'm going to do is I'm giving away a couple of Hot Toys, brother, of mine, with the shipping boxes, and they're going to be from the Mandalorian. And all they got to do is subscribe. So that's what I was going over. That, hey, celebrating from my personal collection, I'm gonna give it, baby. So all they got to do is subscribe, and I'm gonna let it fester for a few weeks. Give them time to do it. So hey, happy to do a giveaway. That's it. That's all we've been talking about. And spilling some coffee.
I mean, it sounds like a good deal, bro. Like, it's especially for the channel. I mean, just you putting in work. I mean, and then offer you. It's like showing appreciation. So why not? I think it's lovely, bro. It's a lovely thing. You've been putting in a lot of work, man. I mean, that's like, again, like, I mean, we do this day in and day out. You know what I mean? Like, people don't understand, like, behind the scenes, it's crazy. It's crazy doing these things, but we're doing what we love. So definitely it's something to get behind, man.
And the Hot Toys hotline is in the house too. Leo is at table Ed 1. Get it? I think I'll be able to fill you up in just a minute there. Hot Toys hotline. Hot Toys hotline has a great channel, and I've been checking his stuff out. Make sure you subscribe to him as well. Good to have him in here. Maybe this is the Hot Toys Wizard. It's Brother Cousins, or is it the Space Hot Toys Wizard? Good to have you in here, buddy.
Hey, likewise. So sorry for being late, guys. Happy to be here with everybody. Let's get it rolling. Let's do it. What we talking about here?
I was just talking about 2 years on this channel. Brent asked me to question Newsman. And Lael, it was funny that you're bringing into that before we get into all the topics. He said, how does it feel? Did you ever think I would make it to 2 years? I was hoping that I would. I never thought that it would be here where I am. But that's kind of why I'm like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and give a couple of figures out of my collection. Like I said, we're putting in the work. And Lael, I know how much work you put in there, brother. And you too, brother cousins. But Lael, just going to you. Love to give you an opportunity to answer Newsman's question. Did you think you'd be here a couple? You basically started around the same time I did, I think. Do you think you would be here?
I mean, I know. I mean, but you know, it's always one of those situations where I don't believe any of us will, you know, think that, you know, when we come into it, like I said, it's a certain level of longevity that you don't really look at that point. Like, it's not something that you're really, you know, you're submersed in. You're just looking at it day by day. I don't look at like longevity for me. I just look at like each day that I'm doing this, you know, like they always say, like, you know, you live every day as if it was your last. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I live every day. Every day I appreciate every single day, even like having people even watching. You know, I definitely didn't think that it would go, you know, this far. But again, when you're having fun, you know, when it's done for fun, the thing is, I don't do any of this for like any type of corporate advance or anything as far as a business or whatever.
Right.
You know, anything else that comes residually, that's a bonus. To be here to talk to everybody and, you know, have these conversations and stuff like that. I mean,
it's fun.
It's fun, you know.
I mean, I love being here.
Yeah, we look at it from a totally different perspective. So I mean, like, it's fortunate enough that I can exist in this space. It's fortunate, you know, I'm fortunate to have people watching and really admiring what we do. So I'm happy about that. I mean, if you know, as long as that's there, then, you know, nothing else really matters to me. But I'm pretty sure all of us feel the same way. Like, we're in this space. So it's like, you know, wow, you know, just, you know, sometimes we're looking at the chat and, you know, we see how many people that are in here watching us, and it's like, wow, that many people's in here like today. Wow, I mean, I can't believe it. I mean, look, I'm not nowhere nearly as big as, you know, some of the most popular channels. You know what I mean? I take what I can get. You know, certain shows, I take definitely, you know, if I can, even if I had like 10, 15 people watching, man, you know what I mean?
Yeah, do it anyway.
You know what I mean? I would do it anyway.
I remember the first day, Lael, and guys, when I did my first couple of shows.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, look, I got 15 subscribers out of that. I was just like, maybe I'll get to 50 in like, you know, in 5 months. Yeah.
That's it, man. That's
it. That's keep that. Yeah. I mean, that's what it's all about. No, good stuff here, Lael. So yeah, brother Cousins posing a question to you. Did you think you'd be here where you are right now?
You know what? I didn't when I first started. It was kind of like a lark for me. It was just like I knew I was collecting. Me and second brother, you know, who now he's, you know, doing it, you know, doing
he's on your show every best.
He's on my show now. You know, it was weird for us. I was like, hey, we both collect. We have big collections. Let's do it. You know, and you know, like you said, I remember when I got my first 18 subs. So I was like, oh, people are paying attention. Okay, cool. And then I got 100 subs, you know, and I was like, wait a minute, people are really looking.
I was excited that 100 subs was like, damn.
Yeah, I was like, people are watching this? Like, really? They watching me? I'm just, what do I know? And, you know, I started taking it. At first, I was just, you know, playing, having fun. But as I noticed people were commenting and, you know, being, you know, so nice, not a nice compliments and everything. I was like, wait a minute. It did put a little pressure because I was like, okay, I have to give my best, you know. I was like, I really want to give my best now, and I just want to keep, you know, up in the ante, and that's what it's been over the, you know, the last couple of years. And you know, Aries, I tell you all the time, you know, if it wasn't for you and Dante, I think that definitely helped my channel streaming with you guys and actually, you know, coming, you know, because I did my channel, I was doing it since 2019, but it was, you know, I was putting up, I had the crazy idea of doing a review every month. I was like, I'll do a review every month, and that will get tracked.
Well, I was looking. I was like, oh, this dude's stuff's cool. And then I think I sent you an email or something. I was like,
Yep.
hey, brother
Yep.
cousins, my name's
Yep.
Aries. You want to do something?
Yep.
And
I was like,
yeah,
I was like the market. I remember I was like, oh man, it's the market chart guy. Oh,
the guy with the crazy music.
Yep. Yeah, but it's great. I mean, I'm
well,
just happy to be here. It is awesome.
Well, we got great stuff to talk about here tonight. And William Cote, thank you so much for the $2 drop. And thank you so much. 2 years. And thank you for telling everyone to go ahead and subscribe. Do appreciate that, my friends. We got a heck of a show. We're going to whoop on you here today. Is it possible that I have 12 possible Mandalorian Season 3 Hot Toys locks? We're going to go down all 12 later in the show. But first, we're going to take a look. How much are we looking forward to the Bespin Luke? I think we got to take a look at that figure because it's gorgeous. How about the Mando Luke? We're going to talk about Luke. We're going to talk about Vader. We're going to spill some coffee. We're going to get into the Mandalorian. So let's go ahead without further ado, and let's dive into all of this right now.
All right. But this is the last time.
All right, baby. Come on. What is going on? I got to go ahead and share my screen because I want to go ahead and get right into the first topic I want to talk about today, which is Luke Skywalker. Let's go ahead and start with this awesome DX27, baby. DX25. The DX27 is awesome too. I don't think that Obi-Wan is awesome, but just pulling this up onto the screen right here. Luke Skywalker Bespin, and pulling up the banner so that we could go ahead and be official. Here it is. Luke Skywalker Bespin. And Newsman, I'm going to start right off with you. When this was announced, when this dropped on April 13th of last year, 2022, I spilled my damn coffee, baby. I really, really did. And I had such a damn smile on my face all day. And this was a figure where I think everybody was losing some sort of hope with because it just wasn't coming. And right when we're losing hope, oh, they're never going to do it. They're never going to do it. Here it comes. The DX07 2.0, if you will. Looks like that they're going to go ahead and make two of these. But anyway, dude, how excited are you for this year?
I absolutely cannot wait to get this figure. It looks absolutely incredible. That head sculpt looks amazing.
I know.
And I've said this in the past on this show with you that to me, this is Luke Skywalker. You know, this is the epitome of Luke. This is the young man who spent the entire movie of Empire Strikes Back in a conflict, in a personal conflict. He had to learn the ways of the Force and then learn that he had to sacrifice but did not want to sacrifice. And he chose saving his friends over learning more from Yoda. And then when he went there, he confronted Vader and then found out Vader was his father. It was just this escalation of reveal structure in storytelling that is the reason why Empire Strikes Back is still loved today. And this is This is the Luke Skywalker. I have the 2-pack that came out by Hot Toys with the weather vane. I still love that piece very much. I will not be selling that just because this one is coming out. I will be adding.
Yeah,
this
I won't be either, buddy. I have a DX07. I'm not selling it.
Absolutely. I mean, I have that displayed in a different part of my room. Yep. This figure here will go with my Bespin Leia, my Bespin Han whenever he comes from Hot Toys, my Lando, and it'll just kind of be with my Bespin area figures on the shelf. And I have no problem adding a third version of this particular figure to my collection.
Well, no, and also on top of that, honestly, that DX07, and maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right, was the first ever Star Wars hot toy ever.
Yes.
So there's a little bit of history there. Good stuff there, Brent, brother cousins. Why I want to keep my DX07, but it's also different. It's different. It looks different. I can use it. Comes with the weather vane. It's a big giant box that it comes in. But man, I mean, when this broke on April 13th last year, brother cousins, it was just absolutely sensational, this particular figure. And here's one thing I want to point out to you too, Jay. This thing was #1 for like 7-8 weeks, and it was while there was a very, very popular movies out, non-Star Wars shows out, streaming on Disney Plus, and you get a figure and a character from 1980 that's up for that freaking long. We just actually saw it with Padme, honestly, Jay. Yeah, she was up there for about a little over 4 weeks, which was incredible, I thought.
Yep.
For that character or that prequel. But it's a point to be made. They go ahead and they release this out. How relevant is it? I don't know. 7-8 weeks, #1 selling. I think pretty relevant, baby.
Very relevant, and it just shows you the power of Luke. I mean, a lot of people love Luke, and I mean, I believe this is how Good Morning Grails started. I remember I bought the DX07, bought that 2-pack, and I was like, I knew it had some age. I know the belt, the pleather, and all that other type of stuff would deteriorate, but I still got it anyway. But I remember when I did that unboxing, and I just threw it out there. I was like, I'll just do a live unboxing for it. And the amount of love that I got for the channel and just the appreciation for that figure was amazing. People loved the DX07, Bespin Luke. People love, and at that time, we didn't think we would get this. And I remember this came out, then this dropped. I think that was March, and this came out in May, I believe. So it was roughly like a couple, maybe 5 weeks later. And I know people were asking me like, dude, did you feel bad because you got the DX07? I was like, no. I still love my DX07, but I am happy that we got this update because we definitely needed an update of this particular Luke, and to have it and to have it in hand one day is amazing. And what you get with it is great. The only thing is I'm waiting to see if they'll do a battle damage version. That's going to be real interesting to see what they're going to do with that. But this right here, as a figure by itself, I think Luke has an immense staying power. Luke is, when we think of Luke, all of us here, I think, can attest to that Luke is the hero of our childhood. We all ran around pulling our socks up in our legs, running around with lightsabers or broom handles, trying to be Luke Skywalker. He's the quintessential hero. And this is the Luke that I think this is the Luke that everybody wants. So yeah, I think he has immense staying power.
No, and you got a lot of comments in here before we go to the 16 scale man. Jay and Brent, really, really good stuff. The Bespin Luke is the best head sculpt yet, says Punisher XS. I will give it a 97%. Wow, that's and I kind of agree. It does it for me. It is really, really good. Commander Crook puts in here, Luke and Bespin was my absolute favorite original 3 and 7.5 inch figure, 3 3/4 inch figure as a kid. No, absolutely. A lot of good comments in here, and it kind of sets us up. It kind of brings us back to this, baby.
The Force is with you, young Skywalker. But you are not a Jedi yet.
Lael,
Yeah.
this is coming this year, and I cannot wait to get this figure. I spoke last year, and Jay, I think you had the same one. The one you were most anticipating was 40th Luke, with the Snowspeeder pilot. This one's there's not a figure out right now I'm looking forward to more than this. And that could change. It's going to have to be something incredible. But Lael, this is coming soon.
Mm-hmm.
And we got a lot of heat. We got a lot of stuff coming, but this is a great Luke, dude. Are you looking forward to this or what, man?
Yeah, definitely I am. I was looking forward to it, campaigning for a while since they, originally, displayed the reissue, way back when, and we're talking about, when we got a leak of this particular figure, also we got a leak of Padme around that time. And they didn't. So I was, definitely on board with it. I remember I was scouting for, the original, but I didn't do it. Just, price wise, it wasn't something that I was willing to pay, an arm and a leg for, even though I really wanted it. I think at that time I saw it for like 900, or, for both. And I was just like, you know what? The thing is like, I have to really weigh my options. Just hopefully they would do it as a reissue or something like that. Luckily enough, they gave us this. It's not the actual DX, that we got, from the original, but it's still worth it. For what it is right here. And that's what I'm mostly excited about. But yeah, I mean, come on, man. I'm growing up at 19, going to the theaters, in 77, seeing this film for the very first time, seeing, New Hope. Back then it wasn't New Hope, it was just Star Wars before they changed the actual name, the title. Then seeing Empire a few years later, it was like, okay, yeah. And again, we all know that Empire is the definitive for us, out of the trilogy itself. It is, that bar set. I don't care what movie you basically release right now in the Star Wars universe, whether it's prequels, sequels, even back there, OT, nothing touched Empire. Empire is just on a level beyond whatever. What Kirshner did with that, with his directorial debut within the Star Wars universe, was phenomenal. Even knowing that he himself didn't want to do it originally.
Dude,
he
for
was
many, it's number one. For many, it's better than A New Hope.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Like for him, just knowing how the history of the film, knowing what we got, the drama, and how it really pulled, like, again, the reveal, the shocking reveal, the fight between him and Vader. Like, you know what I mean? It was just like, it was really, 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 really crazy. That film will hold up and it will stand the test of time. Bespin Luke was always that Luke. I mean, you might as well say Bespin Dagobah Luke. You know what I mean? It's the mix between both,
right?
Because it's the suit that we saw. So when you think about that, it's like, yeah, it's nostalgia. It's nostalgic. Of course, you would want to actually have this in your collection. But yeah, it's one of those situations that once it's released, I'll definitely be ready for it. One that I'm glad I was patient for. I was patient enough, to see it, make its return and have this in my collection. So I'm definitely excited about it. Once it's here, once it arrived. Now, again, we got so much. And here's the thing: is like the level of the level that Hot Toys, on the level that they're on right now, the pieces that we got coming. I mean, I'm really frightened to see what the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi is going to look like. Because,
I'm very frightened.
There's so much going on. We got that 20th anniversary, and that's going to be coming soon. We're going to start seeing stuff from that pretty soon. So I'm saying, like, again, I'm still rooting. I'm hoping that we get a Bespin Han. I really think we could. It's never too late for it.
And that one,
too late for it.
I believe, Lael, that one was actually teased late. I think this one was very, very early, and they didn't tease Bespin Han until after this, right? I'm pretty sure. When I read, so I mean, obviously there could be some hope for that. And now that he's signed, Harrison Ford for the Indiana Jones thing, just like they did with Natalie, I think they'll grab him.
I think they will, man. And I think that, like I said, I mean, his likeness is there. I mean, mind you, he has his. I think it's crazy how such an iconic character and the life that he brought to Han Solo, the level of hatred that he actually has for this character now. You know what I mean? The hatred that he has for that character and how much he wanted its demise. But I'm like, bro, that really made your career. Like, you really got to understand that film really, really made your career.
Yeah.
And what he did with the figure on Jimmy Fallon, I was like, yo, whoever's figure that is, I would be so pissed at this point.
I
Like,
think it was
literally,
Jimmy Fallon's figure. I think that was.
I don't
actually
know.
Jimmy
It
Fallon's
might have been
figure.
somebody else's. I don't know whose it was, but like, you know, to have that, I know they were pissed over that. But I mean, if it's Jimmy Fallon got Jimmy Fallon money, so we know he can probably do something.
Yeah.
But still, like, to have that destroyed like that, I know
Well-
everybody who was watching that, it's like, yo, this is. But anyway, but my biggest thing is I'm hoping that we can actually get that figure final.
Well, you know what, Lale? Fallon should have called him a stuck-up, scruffy-looking, half-witted nerve herder.
Stuck up, half-witted, scruffy-looking nerve herder.
Yeah, yeah. Should have.
Yep.
I got to go to a couple of these comments before we go ahead and move on to the next thing and see if I could go back up to it here. And it was a comment that was to you, Brother Cousins. I think someone put it here. I'm trying to find it, that they were inspired by your review of the DX07.
Oh, wow. I saw it. They said that they were drooling.
That they were drooling.
I thought they said they were drooling over Brother Cousins, but I didn't know.
Oh, wow. Wow. Getting hot here.
Well, he is the space pimp. Come on. But yeah, I mean, it's Valiant Archer says, putting this up on the street, so excited for this one, can't wait. Won't even be mad if they decide to release a battle damaged 2.0 later. And yeah, I'm kind of getting to that and looking for that other comment because someone else asked me in here asking, do I think there'll be a battle damage version? Let me just be real. Let me be real with you all in here when it comes to this question. And Brent, I'm gonna bring it to you. It's very possible with this one. This is on that timeline of April 13th, 2021, where a lot of these figures they're not going to get a whole lot of stock on. You're seeing the low stock warnings. You know, I don't think they're going to be, putting buku stock in. If this goes, people are asking me like if we're going to get another C-3PO. If it goes on waitlist, you put up another version. In that regard, it can be very, very easy to put that out. And hey, it's better than keeping 5,000 of these in stock and trying to sell them after it's exhausted. Because you'll probably get me I'll buy the battle damage version. So I actually think that they're going to do it. But what do you think about that? I think we could. I think it's possible it could happen.
Well, I think they should. I mean, if anybody missed out on that DX07, I mean, you got a battle damage version in there. It was a 2-pack, and it wasn't a bad looking figure. I mean, His hair was messy, his clothes were ripped, they were bloody, his face was cut. And for those of us who are diehards, and I think 4 of us would certainly qualify in that category, if you want to display have in your display that moment of Darth Vader shaking his fist saying, I am your father, and you want to have a Bespin Luke there, you really need to have the battle damaged one if you want to have the most realistic scene possible. Now, you could take this one and certainly put this one in there, but for those of us who want to be as close to reality as possible and have our shelves be as close to the true storytelling from the movie, then you need to have a battle damaged one, and not everybody's going to be able to go back 6-8 years or whenever it was to be able to get that particular figure. It's probably going for obscene money on the secondary market right now, even if you bought it individually and not with the DX07 2-pack. So I think I think you're absolutely going to see a battle damaged version of this come out, and I truly hope that the Hot Toys is thinking that through, and they don't really have to do a tremendous amount to this. Probably a different head sculpt. You probably want to have him cut up and maybe looking scared or looking like his ass just got kicked, right?
Well, dude, that DX07, that battle damage one, that figure, I think it's fracking awesome.
Oh, it's outstanding.
I should go pull it out, but it is. I think it's outstanding. Yeah,
it still holds up. It still holds up. But again, not everybody got it.
But I mean, if they could blow that out of the water, and they can make that look so much more better. I mean, there's no way I would pass on that.
Yeah.
You know, and I look to Luke, and it's part of what we're going to be doing here tonight. I look at Luke, like if someone's a diehard Spider-Man fan, Superman fan, Boba Fett fan, Iron Man fan, you're going to want to get, like OG fan when Star Wars is just Star Wars, must get all Boba Fett's. He is the most feared bounty hunter in the galaxy. There's a lot of collectors, not all of them, that feel that way, baby. And I feel that way about Luke. But Jay, pivoting to you, here's Single Songwriter saying, I was secretly drooling when I watched Brother Cousin's toy review. I got the link in the video description. Go subscribe and go watch it. DX07.
Yes.
So many good memories. There you go, Jay.
Yes.
But Jay, I got to ask you, let's pivot to this, which is also the same, you know, talking about this as well. Are you looking more forward to this or more forward to this? Or are they both kind of special for you? And it's hard for me to actually answer this. I'm going to be honest with you.
You know what?
Go ahead.
Sorry to cut you off. But you know what? My initial instinct is always OT over everything. So I would say, yes, I'm more excited. And I'm somebody, and I have the DX07, but I'm still very excited about the Bespin Luke. But with that being said, I remember, as we all know, 2020 was a very hard year for everybody. Whether it's going through loss, whether it was going through loss of job, it was just hard. It was a hard year. And this series right here, this series finale was a beacon of light. It really was. When I saw this scene, when he was coming, they said a Jedi is coming, and we saw that TIE fighter, and we saw the cloak, and we saw the green lightsaber. I literally got chills, and I cried.
I cried too.
I blubbered. I mean, like a.
And I had my wife and my daughters right here when the whole freaking thing was going on.
I mean, like ugly cried.
So you're struggling too.
Yeah, it's.
I
need this in the, like, I can't, like, you know, we were talking, I think we were talking about this last year. We were talking about moments, and this is a moment right here. This is a major moment that just really, you can't pass on. You really can't pass on this moment at all. So you definitely need this. I know I need this. So I think they're about equal right now, to answer your question.
You know, I kind of have to go that way because it was so, like, you know, if someone was going to tell me Luke was going to show up in a Mandalorian, I'd be like, oh yeah, that's great, that's awesome, but I really want the Bespin Luke. But after what happened, it's kind of like, this is so freaking special. And I'll be honest with you, Lael, this deep fake looks so much like what Favreau and Filoni were able to deliver in the Mandalorian season 2 for now. Staying with what this is, brother. This is made for the Mandalorian season 2 finale. It looks just like what they put on screen. And I get to relive that moment that Jay and I were just talking about. How stoked are you for this? And I know you're getting it, but how stoked are you for this, baby?
It's funny that we're talking about this because today I just sold the quarter scale Mando Deluxe.
Wow.
Yeah, so I just sold it today. I made the conscious decision to sell it because there's so much stuff coming, and I need it for, you know, especially for space. Got a good deal on it. Actually, a guy, I put it up. The thing is, I put it up today. I didn't know what this thing was going to sell for. I just put up the price for it. You know, I was like, I didn't want to, you know, cheat anybody out or whatever. So I put it up for like $350, you know, shit.
Wow.
And lo and behold, 15 minutes later, boom, somebody bought it. You know what I mean? They wanted it. So it says a lot. So, but it's gifted to somebody because, again, I got to make space for what's to come. There's so much stuff coming.
and I'm like, I need to have that space. But when this scene, the thing about it is the dope part about it is, yes, I want to say this to everybody real quick. I am quarter scale man no more. Anyway, anyway, stop that.
There you go.
Quarter scale no more. So, baby, you can't say it. You got to get that title to somebody else because I am no more quarter scale man. So, anyway, no, listen, like when I saw this on screen, the thing is, kudos to Favreau, kudos to Dave Filoni for the simple fact that they were able to pull this off with no one knowing that something like this was going to take place. Like literally, this goes down in history as one of those moments where you're like, wow, no one saw this coming.
Right.
Like we didn't see this coming.
How did they
so
keep
excited
it under
about
wraps? You're right.
They kept it completely under wraps. And when to see it for the first time, like, we didn't know. I thought that, okay, if anybody, it would have probably been Cal Kestis.
Right.
You know, stuff like that. You know, I thought it might have actually been him. But yeah, man, I mean, exciting. I was so excited when I saw it. I was just like, wow, like this is amazing. I remember being up because at that time I got up early in the morning. That's when Mandalorian was coming on Friday mornings now here.
Yes.
So I got up early in the morning, watched it, and it was the talk of weeks. Like that literally broke the internet. Like everybody watching, everybody's response. I was like, yeah, that's phenomenal. That's definitely phenomenal, man. Like it really, really did its due. And you can't say not much more about that, man. I think this piece. Now I'm wondering because it is the deep fake, but this is the deep fake that we actually got from Mando. This isn't a deep fake that we actually got from the Book of Boba Fett. So I'm wondering, if they're going to slightly modify that, if it's going to be modified or if they're going to keep it this way. Because the only thing about this figure, like as much as I anticipate the figure, the only thing that I'm really, really like, I'm iffy with, and I don't really like, is the hair. The hair on it, it just looks too Justin Bieberish for me. And I'm like, I hope
it's very proper. It's very,
like it's a mob. Yeah, I'm like,
we're at a wedding, we're at a funeral or something.
And I get it. It's like a minor gripe, whatever, but it is definitely a piece worth having. It is worth having. It's just a matter of when. Yeah, man, I can't. This scene to have Luke, and it was more. I want to say more of a redemption. You know what I mean? Because if you think about it, we got a chance to see Luke. What we got from this one episode is what we should have got from the sequels, and
absolutely,
and we didn't. So to see that on camera, to see him in his prime, getting busy, like it's nothing. You know what I mean? Like, yo,
dude, that's why they don't
know my name. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Oh, but no, you. I really feel, Leo, that's why they jumped so far in to surprise us and shock us. I mean, you could tell they put a lot of thought and a lot of effort to tie that season into this to redeem Luke. No, I tell you what, it's so special, baby. And I know we're almost talking about The Last Jedi, but anyway, it's gonna get
we're not
pivot.
We will pivot from that discussion because we already know there's weight to it. So yeah.
Yep.
So Newsman.
Yes.
Are you gonna do this when you get the figure?
Yeah. I mean, the second that this figure was announced, I jumped on the pre-order and got that thing locked and loaded. And I'm not gonna worry about stressing out over getting that at any point.
Well, which one are you looking forward to more, or is it? Or you?
Which one am I looking forward to more?
What are the best fit?
I'm probably gonna say this one, just a smidge ahead of best. Just because of what this figure meant in the moment and what this character meant when it came back. And I know we're almost talking about The Last Jedi, but you know, it begs the question, what if the sequels had supported Luke the way we all had hoped and where it should have been done? Would we want this figure as much as we do? You know,
that's a good question, actually.
I mean, or would it just be another great Luke that we would be getting, and there's not really much discussion other than the head sculpt and how cool it is, and then we put it on our shelf and we're done? but there's so much, I think, deep discussion about this character because of what Jay said. It was a moment.
Yeah.
It was a moment. This figure represents a moment. And it's probably, I would say, and maybe this is another discussion point we can have, where does this particular moment fall on the pantheon of all Star Wars moments? Is it in the top 3? Is it in the top 5?
Yep.
Where does it fall?
You know, that's interesting because in a way it shouldn't be in the top 3 or the top 5 for reasons discussed that we're going to stay away from. However, it's got to be a top 3 moment. I mean, let me ask Jay real quick before we pivot on to the next Luke. Is this a top 3 moment in Star Wars history? For me, I say yes.
Ooh, a top 3. I mean, you got that's steep because you got to put that up there with Luke, I am your father. You got to put that up there with oh my God. I love you. I know. It's you know, it's a lot of moments, but
which one? The one that Han said or the one that Leia said back? I would say the one with Leia.
Right.
Oh my God.
You know, I say for you know what, where we are right now with Star Wars, I think this is a pivotal. Top 3 moment. Where we are right now with Star Wars. If this was 10 years ago, I would say more like top. You know, it would be more in the top 10, not top 3. But
well,
yeah, I think I would say, man, that's kind of hard. Hell, top 3. Yeah, it's one of the top 3 moments.
We all know what here's the number 1 moment.
Blow that piece of junk out of the sky! All fighters!
Oh God!
You know what though? I love that damn scene with Adam Driver. I do. He was off the charts, and to me, it was like believable because, right? We've all seen people like out of control, and like losing it and getting freaking angry, right? Whether it's on the job or it's in our family or something like that. I thought he did a great job with that. I was like, oh, look at where they're going. He's just like freaking, you know, oh
my God. Re-Reviews just brought up a good point. Oh my God. Another top 3 moment would be Rogue One when you see Vader just come at the end, just wrecking shop. That was that's a good one. That's a good one.
You know, that is that's a big moment.
Okay. See, I think the top 3 moments are going to be, if I had to say top 3, definitely Luke, I am your father. That's one.
Yep.
You know, because that definitely was a revelation.
Yes.
In its own, you know, at that point. Again, this moment, it's hard because it would be hard for me to actually give my honest opinion on that because I look at moments throughout the sequel. But you know, the sequel has some wow factors, but even the prequels, bro, to be quite honest, and I don't care what nobody
higher ground.
I don't care. Well, not even just high ground. I don't care what nobody says, bro. When those damn doors open and you heard Duel of the Fates for the very first time, and you saw Darth Maul ignite that double-bladed lightsaber, bro, that's historical, bro.
Yes.
That is historical. We had never seen a double-bladed lightsaber on screen.
Yep.
After that, the other time you seen it was in Knights of the Old Republic, the video game. You know what I mean? And then you started seeing it after that. But that was a moment, and for that, it was incredible. I loved it, bro. I love that moment.
People fight in a Jedi in a lightsaber.
Yeah, in a lightsaber duel and
fighting.
Exactly that way and getting busy. That was incredible. So they had moments like even for a lot of people who love the prequels, seeing Yoda pick up a blade for the very first time and fight was a moment. So there's so many moments, but at the top 3, it's again, we're talking about I Am Your Father. We're talking about this scene. We're talking about Rogue One. Like there's so many moments that when you think about it, it's like, this is literally incredible. I cannot believe it. You know, there's so many moments. I would actually have to say you would have to give me at least
top 10. You would have to give me
Yeah,
top 10
I
moments
agree.
in Star Wars
Yep.
history, because I'm telling you, seeing Ahsoka live action, that was a moment. That was incredible.
Yeah.
That episode was phenomenal. Like when you're seeing some of these animated, but like through history, like I mean, moments that really, really define. I would even say Hoth, the Battle of Hoth, was incredible. That is
Yeah.
historic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like these are moments that when you, I mean, even bro, like the very first time seeing a Star Wars character tortured, Han Solo, first shocked to death, almost damn near, and then frozen in carbonite. That is historical. There's so many moments that are carried with us throughout history that are phenomenal. Even when you basically found out that Leia was Luke's sister after he kissed her. I'm like, yo, come on, man. What?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Even,
So,
Let's not talk about the
Leia, I'm gonna play this clip because this is gonna lead into the next thing. But I think you have to put this moment in there.
Okay, I gotta say something about that. I was
baby.
I was like maybe 3 or 4 when I was in the theater. That was the only Star Wars I got to see in the theater, and I was like a baby. It was ridiculous. But I remember in my family, some people were actually thinking like, "Man, why isn't that James Earl Jones?"
Oh, you know what? You're right.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
You're speaking the truth, my friend.
Because back then people didn't know. They
Right.
knew what they heard. They, it was Why?
And that was the reason why when you thought about it and they said, Luke, I'm your father. I'm like, what? Come on, man. Stop playing. That's James Earl Jones. I know that voice. And he ain't got nothing to do with Luke. But then when they took the helmet off, I was like, okay, that makes sense.
Right.
Well, and Leo, let's stay with you because here's where I want to go. I showed the Bespin Luke. We're looking forward to that.
Yeah.
And I actually think let me quantify. I'm going to pull this banner up with the Bespin Luke. I think that this one is one of those ones that you're going to get the low stock warning with. It'll go out. You're definitely not going to get it with this one. This one was in 2021. This is going to get in stock. This is going to be so darn many. Not even a question. But the two different timelines, what's going on. But, dude, I'm bringing this up. And let me flash it on the screen because we do have to talk about it. And there is Luke from the Return of the Jedi. And I'll pull up the banner onto the screen. Luke, Return of the Jedi. Let's go ahead and talk about that. I'll open it up with you. There's a couple of things that are going for a possibility to get a Luke. We could talk about the things that lead to not getting a Luke. Let's talk about first the things that suggest maybe we would. Number one, this is an anniversary for the Return of the Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
This is the Return of the Jedi right here.
Yeah.
Number one. Number two, we haven't gotten this version. A battle worn, I want to say. You could call it battle damage, battle worn version.
Yeah.
We've gotten a lot of neat stuff. I know we got the windswept head sculpt with the Endor version, which is pretty cool. We got the very clean hair. Clean hair, kind of like with the Mandalorian Luke. It's kind of more 70s there, but we got that. But we didn't get this scruff Luke, this Luke when he was breathing heavy. This Luke when he was like, you failed, Your Highness.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a Jedi, like my father before me. And then he was like, so be it, Jedi. And I don't know. I mean, honestly, rolling eyes function, Return of the Jedi. There's so many ways that they could put this out besides just with Luke. But
I don't think so.
You don't. All right, tell me why.
The reason why is because, bro, like, how many have we gotten so far? We got Endor Luke, with the camo. We got that version. We got the regular one. We do have this one coming from Mando. Those particular versions, unless they decide, and that's going to be the interesting part, is what they decide to do. I think that they've released these and it could with the 40th anniversary coming up, we could see possibly another Luke. It just depends on what version. I don't know. But they've given us so many. Remember, there was this one. There was a deluxe version when they got with the cut scene that we didn't see in the very beginning.
Yep.
So that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if that's
Mm.
something that they would do. I think that they're trying to focus, and it's going to be interesting because we're getting the 40th anniversary, but we've gotten a lot of those figures that were released already. You know what I mean? We got Endor Leia, we got Wicked. You know what I mean? So we got that set. You know what I mean? The only thing that we didn't get was Han and Chewie.
We
You know
need
what I
that,
mean?
baby.
we definitely need that. We're we're definitely going to get a Return of the Jedi Vader. We know we're going to see that.
Yes.
Unless they re-release a Palpatine, we might see something like that again. We don't know. You know, I know a lot of people are cramming for those. You know, the Imperial Guards. They want to see those as well. You know,
they're pretty high.
Yeah, they're pretty high right now. So it just depends. It really depends on where they're going to go with it. I don't know, but that would be tough. That would be tough to really see. You know, we would have to see how that's going to go.
I think we definitely get a Darth Vader removable helmet. I think that is an absolute must. It has to happen. And I was talking with Aries before the show started in the back room, and Sideshow put out a pretty decent deluxe version of that about a decade ago. And it's okay. I mean, it still holds, but Hot Toys could knock that thing square out of the park with the accessories and just cool stuff, and have a hand with the little wires coming out of it, you know, where Luke put his hand off and everything. I mean, that's got to happen. And the other question too is, I mean, do they venture a little bit into making some Jabba characters? I mean, do you make a Bib Fortuna?
Sideshow has that great Jabba bread.
They do.
I think it's still, maybe it still was $800.
Hot Toys has not touched Jabba the Hutt characters at all, and I don't know if it's because Sideshow owns the license to that exclusively. I don't know that, but
we can't say he's too big because they're making the blurg now.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
But you know, I mean,
you know what? That's a damn good point. I mean, really, Brett, they could make Jabba. Because they are making the blur, they're making the Bat Pod, they're making these vehicles.
Yeah,
Jabba really, guys. Why couldn't they make Jabba? Why
Jabba the Hutt? And it was Act 1 of Return of the Jedi. It was Act 1 of 3 acts.
Yeah.
How do you ignore that in the 40th anniversary year? How do you not make anything from that? It was
33% of the
movie.
You know, part of me kind of feels that like, well, because second brother, I think that was he has the Sideshow Jabba the Hutt set, and it's phenomenal. And part of me is kind of like, well, I don't think they're gonna make it because Sideshow kind of knocked it out the park. But when I think about Grogu and the Child and what they did with that you know, those kind of came out around the same time, and that did their version of the Child didn't stop Hot Toys from making their version. So you could see that again. And I mean, bringing up the blurg is a great point. You know, some of that too. I mean, they can make these big creatures and he doesn't have to cost that much. Jabba doesn't have to. I think they could give us a good Jabba for about, you know, $500-600. And he doesn't have that many articulate. He can be essentially one big power pose. So I think we'll get that. I also think that I think Han and Chewie, I think that's definitely going to happen. I think that's a big inkling for that one to happen. I think everybody's clamoring for that. That's the biggest thing. Another Luke, in this Luke in particular, it could happen, but
you know why I think it might. You know where I think if it does, because I understand the point. Because I lean towards no, but here's part of what I think may be going on. Because you know that he's going to show up in Mando season 3, and he's probably going to look like this, which means that they've got to alter Jay and Leo, right? That head sculpt from
that's what I think they're going to do. I think they're going to basically do that. Hey, I got to dip out. I got to get ready for this show coming up here. Everybody, thank you for having me here, bro. As always. If you're not here every Monday, if you're not following this channel, come on, man. Like, make sure that you do so. Make sure that you're, you know, hitting the like button on this channel. Right now, you're subscribing to the channel as always. And just keep the party moving, man. Everybody out here has great content. Make sure you follow
everybody that you see here and continue to support, man. But thank you very much for the bro. And thank you for having me here, man.
Always good having you here every week on Six Scale Raw when you can make it, Lael. Always appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe to the 16 Scale Man. The video link is always in my live shows. You can get the 16 Scale Man. Go to the video link, subscribe. Lael,
yes,
baby.
Thank you very much, man. See you guys later. You have a good day. All right.
See you later, buddy.
The 16 Scale Man, everybody. Make sure you subscribe to him. So, Jay, here's the thing.
Yes.
And I actually think, like, for me, if they altered, which they may, the Mando, what we were just talking about with, like, because it's a special moment, unless they altered that scene in the Mando season 2, I want it to look just like that moment. Yeah. So I don't know if they would do that, which is why I'm thinking maybe what they do is they actually, because I really think that they're going to I was thinking that they were going to do a Mando and Grogu. I had so many people sending me messages, Mando and Grogu from Book of Boba Fett. And I'm like, wait a minute. That's kind of like Paz Vizsla from Book of Boba Fett. They're going to go ahead and probably do that. But would it really be Book of Boba Fett, or would it be Mando season 3? And maybe they could say Jay as also seen in Book of Boba Fett, and they could do here because there's so many strong rumors.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. There's so many strong rumors, Jay, that Mark Hamill is in, Luke is in a number of episodes in Mando 3. Are they really going to come out with a season of a Star Wars show and skip on Luke? So if you're going to go ahead and do that, with this, why not go ahead and use that head sculpt and be like, hey, there's your new head sculpt for Return of the Jedi, which I had up before. And here's the reason why I think they're going to do it. A lot of people complain, Jay, that they don't like the Return of the Jedi, Luke. Let's be honest. They don't like the one with the fat suit, and they're not so crazy with the Endor one with the open mouth. It's not like they're saying, I know I like it. But a lot of collectors say now if they could go ahead and do this, and they could give us rolling eyeball function with the Return of the Jedi, Luke, maybe make it a DX, maybe really, maybe look worn like the one I showed before.
Yep.
And if they're only going to make a few thousand of them or a very limited run and have a low stock warning, how does it not sell, baby?
Oh, it's definitely going to sell. And I mean, I think we're definitely going to see this. I mean, training montage, Luke, this would be great. He had a different that outfit is different. That's more like a ninja suit he's wearing. So I think we'll definitely get that. And if they continue this look through Mando season 3, we're definitely gonna get this. And I mean, give it a diorama base. With him on the vines or something like this, something like that, a little elaborate that they can chuck in with it. Oh, people would buy it. Absolutely.
It's kind of like a throwback, right, from when Luke was with Yoda, and now he's doing it with Grogu.
Exactly, definitely. I think it was ugly second kid. He just left a comment, and the comment he was saying about blind Luke, like when Luke was training in Return of the Jedi. That would be, was it Return of the Jedi? Oh, no, that was Empire. I'm sorry. That was Empire. That could be another Luke that they can go down the road and make as well. I would like to see that as well. But if they do, I mean, it's hard to say. You can go, I think Luke sells regardless. The thing is, we have a lot right now.
Well, let me ask you this, because I agree with you. I think it's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I could see the Bespin Luke still being up on it's predetermined yet if it's in that May 4th onward or if April 13th was still, 3 weeks too early. I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
I think that one's going to be one of the low stock warnings. I think they're all going to go, have that low stock on from that. If it's going to go that way, like I don't see, for instance, guys, C-3PO's on waitlist. I would bet all my Hot Toys, you're going to get a Return of the Jedi C-3PO with an Ewok chair. I see it right now. Yes. And here's the thing. Half the people in the chat would tell me, Aries, I'm not going to buy C-3PO with the Ewok chair. Just like half the people in the chat told me I'm not buying a Rita suit Fett. But if they only make 3,000 of them,
you're going to buy
like a Rita suit Boba Fett they're going to sell them. And they already have the mold. So they're not going to give you the one that everyone wants, guys, the A New Hope C-3PO, until 2027. They're going to make you wait. So they're going to give you all these other ones from every other freaking thing. And they're like, well, people aren't going to buy 15,000. Well, guess what? We're not going to make 15,000 anymore. We're only going to make, 1,500. That's why I think if they're going to invest R&D, Jay, into this figure here, which I really think, and I agree with you, I really don't see a scenario where they don't capitalize on this moment because he's doing it with Grogu. Why not take this head sculpt and use it for Return of the Jedi? Go ahead, baby.
You can. You absolutely can. I mean, the likelihood of them doing this is great. I really think they'll be able to do it. And like I said, we'll be able to buy it. It's a lot of Luke. It is. But like you said, if they give us limited run, I think the key to this is the limited runs.
Yes.
And the wait
because
list,
if it's not limited run, it's going to kill it.
Exactly. They're going to have a bunch of stock just sitting. Now, the one thing I will say, and I think we've all can agree to this, we do know that the mouse is heavily behind this, and the mouse loves merchandise. They love merchandise. So they also want a certain amount of merchandise around. And when you go into like Galaxy's Edge, or you go to any of these shops in Disney World, they're going to want, some of them, I forget what store it used to be. I think it was the Cargo. I think it was Launch Bay. In Disney World, they used to sell Hot Toys back in the day. I think Launch Bay is closed now. It may have reopened. I'm not sure. I knew it was closed last year, but I know they used to sell Hot Toys there. And I think the idea is to have something there for the high-end collectors. So this is why you may see so many different versions of these figures. So if one sells out, somebody on vacation like, wow, it's always somebody that doesn't know about Hot Toys.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
But Jay, let me say to you before I go to you, Newsman, let me stay with you with that thought. And then we'll go to you, Newsman, with this. Here's a point. We were talking about the passion, and it's just hitting me now. The passion. I cried watching Luke come back. You cried watching Luke come back. The stir watching Luke come back. And I think maybe what we have to consider is with these lower productions, how big of a superhero is Luke in the Star Wars verse compared to Spider-Man in the Marvel verse? How big of a character is Luke and Darth Vader, as though Darth Vader in there, a hero or a villain in the Star Wars verse, as Iron Man and Spider-Man is in the Marvel verse? So is it possible that we actually could get 3 or 4 Lukes, like we have half dozen or so Spider-Mans up? I understand he has a lot of different outfits.
That's right.
But I mean, is Luke popular enough, Jay, where they can do this if it's lower production runs, to have 3 up, to have 4 up?
I say yes.
Yeah, but I think the key is if they put out 15,000 of them, I say no. Then it's too. But if they're putting out these limited runs and it's for real, which we're going to have to see, we're getting that Attack of the Clones clone trip, and it's going to come out. We're going to know real quick, fast, in a hurry if this is some type of ruse or something.
That's going to be.
But if they're doing that, I'm all for it. Number one, people get to get the Luke that they want, and that can pass on whatever they want. It's like people, right, Brent? I want one Spider-Man. I don't have to get the rest of these. Great. And then the Spider-Man one that has the money and can get them all, can get them all. And the same thing with Luke. You'd have a Luke field day. And so and I think that looks like the pattern that they're going. But what say you, Brent? Could you see them doing this figure for the Mandalorian? And could you see them using that head sculpt to kind of go ahead and give us a Return of the Jedi one? Because they're going to make one anyway.
Oh, I absolutely think they can. I mean, it would not surprise me at all if they actually do a DX Luke Jedi for Return of the Jedi. But I will also say this, alongside the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi, I think we are going to have a heavy dose of Luke Skywalker from March 1st of this year all the way into the middle of the summer, because Ahsoka starts in May, and I bet you he is going to be in that as well. Yep. Because those two characters, you're showing a picture, they mingled in that moment. Yes. Their worlds collided. So I bet you he cameos in there. And all we've seen so far of Luke Skywalker in this version is him coming and taking Grogu and getting into an elevator in that moment where we all sobbed like blubbering babies. And then we saw him here in the Book of Boba Fett kind of doing some training stuff. We're going to see Luke Skywalker doing things, I think. He's going to be involved in story and adventure in both Mandalorian Season 3 and Ahsoka. And when those things happen, he's going to have new weapons. He's going to have new clothing. He's going to have new accessories. There's going to be new versions and likenesses and looks of Luke Skywalker that none of us have ever seen before. And what happens then? Cha-ching, right? Make it, put it out there. We pre-order it and we talk about it.
Well,
right?
Going from Luke to Luke's father, you're talking about Darth Vader. I mean, I wish the Hot Toys wizard could tell me, are we going to get a couple of different Darth Vaders that are going to go up on pre-order besides the one that is going up right now that you can...
If an emergency interruption from the Hot Toys wizard, and as you can see, I'm releasing the likeness of Darth Vader. No, T.K. Fomo. It's T.K. Fomo. T.K. Fomo. T.K. Fomo. T.K. Fomo. T.K. Fomo. And look, another Vader. Another Vader. A Vader came out today, and you have to wonder, is there going to be 2 Vaders, 3 Vaders, 4 Vaders, 5 Vaders, 6 Vaders, 10 Vaders, 20 Vaders, 40 Vaders, 100 Vaders? Let's see what he says. He's just breathing. He's just shooting. Don't make me destroy you. You can't destroy me. I'm TK Fomo. Do what do you mean there's no escape? I am TK Fomo. I can escape anytime I want. What do you mean release?
Well, I guess we got some news from the Hot Toys wizard that we're getting some Vaders. Look, Jay, let's go to you about Darth Vader.
Yep.
Because I think we made an argument. It's possible we could get multiple Lukes, but you bring up a great point. Hey, especially if it's actually gonna be, we have to see low production numbers and that type of thing. It makes sense. And I get it. Look, it's hard to compare like Luke to Spider-Man, Vader. I don't know. I guess you could compare Vader to anybody because it's Darth Vader. Yeah. But I mean, Luke, I mean, literally, I think you can compare Luke to Spider-Man because that was almost a funeral, The Last Jedi, because of what they did to Luke. It literally almost destroyed Star Wars.
Yeah.
So he's big in the Star Wars verse. I'm actually not going to bend on that. He's big. He's big, baby. But look, let's talk. I think we all know the Return of the Jedi Vader's coming, so let's skip it. Return of the Jedi Vader's coming.
Yes.
What about Clone Wars Vader? Would they have to wait? Because let me throw this at you, Jay. Let's say they come out with Return of the Jedi Vader, but in 5-6 months, it gets a low stock warning like the DX-28, and it's going to go out. Probably here within a month or so. It has the low stock warning already. If the same thing happens here, why couldn't they sometime third quarter or fourth quarter say, hey, for the 20th Clone Wars? I mean, it is Darth Vader. Could we get a Darth Vader from the Clone Wars and maybe slightly different sculpt? What say you?
Yeah, hell yeah. The Clone Wars is big now. The Clone Wars is, I think it's like their biggest Star Wars line right now. I think it's up there with the Mando line at this point. So I think that can definitely be a big possibility. And it's funny because I wasn't even thinking about that. But yeah, why not? Absolutely.
I don't think they wouldn't give us a head sculpt with this, right? I mean, they would just give us a Vader like Rogue One, and they would probably alter it a little bit to look like the Clone Wars, right? And then, I mean, obviously in Rebels, he looks very, very different. I'm trying to remember because it's been a while, and he had that season 7 with Ahsoka. found the lightsaber, you know, they're in that whole thing, that type of thing. But I mean, I could see them doing this. It's pretty
They wouldn't really have to. They really wouldn't have to do too much because with that line, I mean, it's based off like. I love how they done. That's one good thing I love what they done with that line. Like it could fit with any of your figures. It's not. They're not locked into like an animated style or anything like that. So they really wouldn't have to do too much. I guess what was it? Some red lenses. I know the costume was changed a little bit in the Clone Wars. But I think they wouldn't have to really do too much with it. And I mean, they can put it out. I mean, it could almost be a bare bones, in a way. And you could still get away with giving us a Return of the Jedi, a Return of the Jedi Vader as well. Makes sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, I think we could have, you know, can we have Brent? I've been calling for a while, but I didn't call that many. But I said, and I think, Brother Cousins, you know, that I've been saying for shows in the past that we could get 3 to 4 Vaders or 3 to 4 Lukes up in pre-order at one time, and probably with one starting to exit, and we're seeing that here. So, I mean, is that really out of the realm? But I feel like it's going that way, Brent, because you got the 20th of Clone Wars. You could get a Vader. He's probably one of the easier characters to make. You know you're going to get a Return of the Jedi Vader. Now, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to say it's going to be 3 pre-orders, but you're probably going to get the DX28 that's going to go on waitlist because it already has a low stock warning. So maybe even by the time they release this on May 4th, that one's gone. So you can't technically say that that's on pre-order. That's gone. So I don't know. I think we just could be getting multiple Lukes and Vaders here. Let me say at a rapid pace. Go.
No, I think you're right. I think with this being the 20th anniversary of Clone Wars, I think the one figure that they have not made yet, a character from that series, is certainly Darth Vader. And I think you need that if you're a Clone Wars collector. You kind of want to have one that comes from that line that was designed for that particular series to put on your shelf, right? I mean, I guess you can move a New Hope one over or a Rogue One over, but then you know that it doesn't quite fit. You know, it's not right, and it feels weird. But I also think, and I know you've talked about this on previous shows, Aries, I think there's going to be a full helmetless Hayden Christensen version of Darth Vader coming out from Obi-Wan. I mean,
that's another thing too. I mean, so let me ask you this, Jay. How are they going to pass on that Darth Vader from the Obi-Wan series without the full head sculpt? I mean, it's hard to think. It's hard to think that they would pass it up. But here's the thing: we're seeing some of these figures, like someone just said in there, the Boba Fett waitlist ended or whatever. I don't know. I don't know. Completely full there. I'll have to go take a look. Now I guess it's full and it empties out. I mean, goes away and it's like, okay, sold out. If these are going to keep selling out anywhere from 6-7 months, why couldn't they? Because it's going to be a window anyway. So I could actually see them doing. But would it be would they even do it? Let me just go to you. What are your thoughts?
So are we talking about, let's make sure I understand. Are we talking about Darth Vader before the lava pit, right?
Talking about Darth Vader. Well, that's another one too, baby. At Hoth's Hometown here, happy anniversary to the Dark Jedi. Thank you so much for the $2 drop, buddy. Hoth's Hometown Heroes, great channel. Been checking about. It's a brand new channel. You should go check out Hoth's Hometown Hero. I have subscribed to him. He puts out some good stuff. So go check him out, everybody. But thank you for that, Hoth. I do appreciate that, brother. Let me go ahead and show this to you or pull this up on the screen because this is another figure that's been teased and was in the show. And it's right here, Jay. I'm pulling up that 501st. You're talking about Darth Vader before the lava pit. I mean, they tease. I don't know how much. I mean, dude, let me ask. Yeah,
we're getting this.
They gave us the K2SO.
Yeah,
because he showed up in a fleeting glimpse in the book of Boba Fett in a flashback, and they're like, "Oh, that's easy R&D. Let's go ahead and call it something else."
We started talking about I started this conversation talking about DX07 and Bespin Luke. And Bespin Luke, in some people's eyes, would say it's a grail killer. Not to me. It doesn't kill DX07. Does it make people go after it a little less? Yes. But there are collectors that want like you said, Aries, there are collectors that want the first Star Wars Hot Toys, and then the Weather Vane and all that. It's its own piece. But they have been known, and this has happened with Marvel figures. This has happened with Mark 47 Iron Man. They saw that Mark 47 going for a high price on the secondary market. At one point, that figure was like $2,500.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then they re-released it. They did a standard reissue of it, and the price went. And I think that particular version is still high, but not as high as it was. They could put this out. And we've all talked about it. Not include the Mustafar droid. Put it out just like this as he was seen in Obi-Wan, and there you go. And it could be pretty much the same figure. People would run and buy it. So I think we're definitely going to see this again. I think them doing this, they couldn't have been more obvious.
They couldn't have been more obvious. Honestly, I could literally see, and with TK FOMO, the Wizards interruption as TK FOMO, I could see this Vader, and then I could see the Vader Brent you're talking about with the Emperor hologram, because it's the full head sculpt of Hayden Christensen. And obviously, there's no way they're not doing Return of the Jedi 40th Vader. And then, a Clone Wars Vader, I think they know that maybe some people would pass how many Vaders, but again, how many Iron Mans?
Yeah.
And they don't have to make that many of these to be completely...
I think the Clone Wars, and I've said this before, I think a Clone Wars Vader would definitely be like a summer showcase exclusive or something like that. And to make it limited. That can be this year's Arena Boba Fett. Make it limited. People would run and grab it. Even for like me personally, I wouldn't need it because I'm not going that deep into the Clone Wars. I have a few figures, but there are going to be a lot of people that want it. But if you make it a rarity, if you make it like that Arena Suit Boba Fett, people are going to run and get it.
Well, look, Jay. Look right here. It's there's your DX28, and let me see if I can blow it up for you, baby. But low stock remaining.
Nope.
There it is.
Yep.
Wow. So honestly,
weeks. That's going to be gone soon, I think.
Yeah, and it's interesting because I feel like they're in a position with Star Wars, guys, where if this is for real, and I talk about it in my latest show of the market chart show I just put out yesterday. If you didn't get a chance to watch that yet, go check it out. On a few different scenarios of exactly what this could be and how it can go and what it's not, and maybe what it could be. You definitely want to go ahead and check that out if you haven't watched it yet. But if it's one scenario, guys, where these are going to be a limited window and limited runs, I could see a bunch of Vaders because you have relevancy. There's a 20th anniversary of Clone Wars. Vader was in the Clone Wars. There's a 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi. Well, Darth Vader was in Return of the Jedi. There's a non-battle damaged look of Luke. Here's the other thing too, guys. With this figure here, we're getting the battle damage version. Yeah. This isn't the version we've seen the whole darn show. It's just the battle damage one. Are we really not going to get the other? I understand now when you get the deluxe, you get the full outfit.
Right. That's what we get but that's only the deluxe. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
So I don't know. It's iffy, isn't it?
Well, for me, it's like, and I hate when they do that because there's so many SKUs, and I don't like when they do multiple SKUs like that. I think the deluxe
should come with everything. I don't like the DX Bespin.
Yeah, exactly.
Why couldn't they just do it like DX07, Jay?
Exactly. Let it come with everything. And if you want to make it a deluxe version, throw in a hologram and call it a day. That's how I look at it. But teach his own. But that's scary that that's already gone. And what is scary for me is I just realized I do not have this pre-ordered. So I'm going to pre-order this right now live because I'm not taking any chances.
Well, make sure you smash that like button. We're going to get into the last segment here of 6 Scale Raw. And what you gonna do when the Dark Jedi gives you the last segment here on Raw and blows it right on you? What you gonna do? Well, here it is. It's a fun topic. And here we go. Aries' 12 Mandalorian Season 3 Hot Toys locks.
Ooh.
Mind you, not the Wizards locks, just the Dark Jedi's. Hot Toys Wizard doesn't make mistake. Hasn't made a mistake yet.
This should be good.
Say that again, brother.
This will be good. You found 12. 12.
Let's go to the first one and go to Brent first. And everybody in the chat, you get to participate. And the way you can participate in the chat, what I want you to try and do is, and I say yes, and I say no. And so let me go ahead without further ado and bring up the first one that I think is a lock and to load. And pulling this up, I say...
And I say no.
Oh, it's so good to have him at your fingertips like that, isn't it?
The Hot Toys Wizard comes in many, many different shape-shifting sizes. And El Profesoro Mario, shout out to Mario if you're out there in the collecting land. Make sure you subscribe to Mario El Profesoro's channel. I always have his link in the video description. Brett, do you say yes or do you say no for the N1?
I say no. Although I want to say yes, but I don't know. I just think shipping on this is just going to be obscene. I think it's going to be too big. I don't know if people are going to have the space for it. And the history of Hot Toys revealing these things at cons and then not revealing them or bringing them into reality has been the history. It's kind of like, Lucy taking the football away from Charlie Brown when he's about to kick. Hey,
where's my Peanuts clip?
Don't you feel like it? I mean, remember 8-9 years ago when I think it was a San Diego Comic Con when Hot Toys had the Falcon 1/6 scale Falcon cockpit there, and everybody was buzzing about, oh my God, they're going to release that. And look at that thing. It's gorgeous. It's amazing. And they never did. Yep. They never did.
So Brent, you're a no.
I'm a no.
So I'm going to go to Jay.
No.
Jay, do they call Brent and Mario this, or is this what they call me?
They call him the Wizard.
I love that clip.
Jay.
Woo! I'm gonna say this. So, there's a lot of people out there that think that maybe they just flex. This is another flex, and they've done this before. Brent is right. They have done this before with the 1969 Batmobile. They did it with that. They also did it with the DeLorean 2.0. And we all know that came out. They pulled that out of the graveyard. It's out. People have it. It's being reviewed, and it's out.
That's right. That's right.
It's a real thing. Some people may feel that, hey, they did this piss off Yoast or any other company trying to make vehicles. They went really far they showed it at multiple showcases this summer.
They really did hard on this, baby.
They did this whole
on figures.
The whole sizzle reel with the gears moving, and they
were drawing.
it was like they were saying, we're for real this time, guys. It's really gonna happen. So, and I gotta agree with Brent. I think a lot of people will buy into this, but I think they do have to take in consideration the size of this thing. The shipping, I think, will be. I think this will be able to, because with Hot Toys engineering, they will be able to break it down, put it in a nice cell box. So I think the shipping won't be as bad. I just got a proton pack the size shipped to my house, for a good price from Hasbro. So I think they'll be able to. The shipping won't be as bad as we think with that. With their engineering. With all that being said, I've been hearing things. I'm not going to say from who, but I've been hearing things. I've been hearing prices. I've been hearing 1,400. I've been hearing 1,500. I've been hearing 1,600. I've been hearing limited runs. So
limited run. Well, it's definitely going to be limited because you're getting that low stock war. You'll definitely get a low stock with this, baby.
This will be even more.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably not even up there for 6 months, right, Jay? Probably like I would say this is like a 2 to 3 month one.
Absolutely.
And done.
This will be gone. This will be gone. This will be as gone as fast as that thing is. So if it's going to be one of these things, if you want it, buy it. So I'm going to say long-winded answer, but I'm going to say yes.
Well, Professoro's in the house. Shout out to him. The wizard interrupted with him saying no. You say yes, and I think the final word with this would be it's a tie. Brent says no. Professoro says no. I say yes.
Yep.
Brother Cousin says yes. We'll have to see and leave it at that. I have a funny feeling maybe the wizard is going to come back during this 12 and either be in the disguise of Mario in the chat or of me. Let's go to the next one. Number 12. I think it's coming. And let me go to number 11. All right. Are we going to get Jawas? And Jay, we're going to stick with you. What do you think?
Yes, 2-pack. All the way.
I agree. Yeah. I totally agree. And I say yes as well. We'll have to see what Brent says. Brent, what do we got?
Oh, I think absolutely. I think we're unanimous on this one. I mean, they're Hot Toys is due to give us some good looking Jawas. A lot of people were not too pleased, I guess, with the one that came with the Gonk Droid a couple years ago in that 2-pack.
Yeah.
I don't mind that figure. I think it looks fine. I could see some of the things that people are complaining about, but I like the look of it better than the Sideshow 2-pack that we got about 6-7 years ago.
Yeah.
But I think now we're advanced beyond that. We've now seen a lot of different versions of Jawas in this run of the Mandalorian, and absolutely, I think we're going to see a 2-pack of this for sure.
Well, I think that lands that way. So I think that the final verdict on this one is
and I say yes.
All right, let's go. That was number 11. Let's go to number 10. We'll run these down. Brother Cousins, you first.
Oh, yeah. Oh, daddy. Yes. Yes, 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 and more. Yes.
How do we not get Carl Weathers? If we don't get Carl Weathers for season 3,
come on.
And he's directing, I think, 2 of these, I heard.
Yeah.
For this season, plus you've already seen him in his new garbs. I really think that this is coming. So I say yes, you say yes.
I say yes. We're getting them. It's about time. It's going to happen.
Overdue, yes. Should have gotten this figure, in my opinion, as a part of the run after season 1. I mean, he was a critical character, pivotal character in the storyline of that season. I don't know why we didn't get him then. So 100% yes.
Well, Songwriter, see some of the chat in here. I'm asking to say I say yes. I say yes for sure. It says Songwriter, yes. AG. Argue says yes, and Mama Luigi, Carl Weathers, yes, please. Charlie the Unicorn, come on. I love ZZ Top, Aries. Hey, give me all your loving. Come on, all your figures and pre-orders too. All right, don't get me going. Billy Burr, 3-pack with the egg. Yeah, I will take that. El Profesoro with the yes on the Jawas. And look, Hawk Wars Toys is in here as well. Ray, your ears must have been ringing. It's giving you a shout out earlier, Ray. Hawk Wars Toys. I'm getting my Mandalorian with the head sculpt. Pedro Pascal. Talked to Ray today, actually. Good to have Ray in the house. Great seller. Great seller. Don't forget to reach out to Ray. He's in here now.
Yes.
For all your goodies. All right, that was number 10. Let's go to number 9. Number 9. You're going to laugh at this one. Well, maybe you won't because you're saying, hey, that's from a different show. But I think he's going to be in this show with Boba Fett and his whole crew. Going with Chrysanthemum. Let's go with Brent first. Brent, I say yes. I think that the way that they ended the book of Boba Fett, that whole crew, along with Timothy Oliphant, Cobb Vanth, is going to help Mando in the in the Battle of Mandalore in season 3. Whether they're in there 2 episodes, 3 episodes, the last 3 episodes, whatever it is, and I could see Hot Toys going as also seen in the book of Boba Fett.
100% agree. This is a very popular character now. He had a very important part of the story, and I absolutely see him being made. The detail of this character, the girth and the largeness of this character sitting on our shelf is just going to look amazing. And there's more story to be told with Chrysanthemum. I don't even think we remotely scratched the surface of what this character is going to do. So 110% yes.
Yes, it's a yes. Let's go to the next one. I believe this is number 8, right?
Yep.
Someone already mentioned this guy a bunch of times. Here we go. Ooh, I love this.
Oh, man.
Let's go with Mayfield. That's who I'm talking about here with the picture.
Yeah.
Brother Cousins,
Yeah.
I'm going to say yes, because I think Bill Burr is showing up in this season. 3 times the charm.
I really hope I'm losing. I hate to say it, and I love Bill Burr, and I love this character. I love Mayfield. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing, because I thought I don't want to say we're past it, but I thought they would have released. I thought this was going to be for sure like a summer showcase, like a Toy Fair exclusive or something like that. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna say it hurts me to say this. I'm gonna say no.
No, the Brother Cousin says no.
You know,
Brent, you're the tiebreaker. Yes or no on Mayfield?
Oh man, this year we're gonna get him. Oh, I just wish I knew if he was for sure gonna be in season 3. Because I think
I know we don't know.
That
they're not going to tell you either.
They're not. No. And oh man, I'm gonna agree with Jay on this one and say no.
It's a no.
It's a no.
And I'm outvoted. And then here we go, baby.
And I say no.
3-1.
Oh.
No Bill Burr. Hot Toys Wizard rules. The next one. This one's gonna be harder than you think. I absolutely 1000% say yes. I already know that the Wizard would say yes. It's gonna make you laugh though. And I'm bringing up Boba Fett from the book of Boba Fett. But if Boba Fett shows up in Mandalorian, I'm sorry, guys. Brent, we're going to go to you. But I say yes on yet another Boba Fett. What say you?
I really don't. I don't know how you can say no at this point, because
it's almost comical.
it just.
I mean, there
does-
might be more him up than Spider-Man talking about before. I mean, they're going nuts on these.
If he picks up a napkin off the floor in a cantina in season 3, then they're going to make him with an accessory of the napkin, and everybody's going to need to have that.
Yep.
So there it is.
You're gonna have people.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy the napkin, but I don't think I'm gonna buy the figure.
Oh my God! Saying no.
Am I wrong?
I mean,
Nope.
I mean, yo, you're not wrong.
And it'll sell.
Yes.
It'll still sell.
And he'll come in just like this, baby.
I'm Boba Fett. I'm here to see the men.
Jay, what say you? Oh wait, Brent, did you say yes or no?
Oh, I say absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Yes.
I agree with Brent all the way. Yes.
Well, the votes are in. Here we go.
And I say yes.
All right. Number 6, I believe. Let me count them here. Let me see. Yep, that is correct. So let us go to the next one. And this one's not going to make you laugh as much because you know we're getting it, but we're starting to think, like, what else can they do? Jay, let's go to you first. Ooh. We're just getting this now.
Yeah.
And I was just mentioning up here that I'm getting this from Ray at Hawk Wars, who's in the chat. So, like, do we get a Mandalorian season, Jay, where we actually don't get the Mandalorian? And talking about the N1 Starfighter, we're supposed to get that Mandalorian to go into that cockpit. Maybe they hold off on that one and they give us the Mando from this show and call it there. I don't know, but we're getting. What say you? Mando for Mando season 3 or no?
And here's the thing: if he I don't think Mando's going to look like this. I think the costume is going to get another upgrade.
I think it's going to get
It's going to get another. And that's what's going to make us to buy it. Because I'll be honest, if I can't see them trying to peddle another version like this, because I'm telling you, Aries, when you get this in hand, this is the best.
This is the
Mandalorian figure. This is the best one they've made over the quarter scale that Leo just sold. Overall, this is the best one they made. Complete, comes with kit, caboodle, everything. This is the Mandalorian that you need. So that has me thinking that he's definitely going to have to go through some type of a change, or something's going to happen in season 3. You know, for them to make us get another one. I mean, that armor is going to it has to be a drastic change. Not just another piece or something, but maybe a gold Beskar, maybe some special Beskar we never seen before, something that they're going to do. But that's the only way I see people buying another one. But we're not going to get out of this, season 3 and get out of the season 3 Hot Toys line without getting another Mandalorian. So I say yes, but just a different variation.
Brent, yes or no?
I say yes. I agree. I think, at some point in season 3, and we certainly don't know any of the story yet, and I haven't seen many leaks, but he's for sure, I think, gonna go encounter the armor again, and she's probably gonna make him something, in her little cauldron of hot metal love, and then that will be something that he wears or uses or something. I agree with Jay 100%. I think there's going to be a new look, some new wardrobe, something different that he is going to put on and be a part of the character. And then therefore there's going to be a figure and a likeness of that. So yes.
All right. We're getting to the top 5, and guys, we're going to do it quickly. In the chat, we're going to go quickly. Short comments, yes or no. And here we go. Top 5. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a ride. And number 5 for one of my locks. Drum roll. I say yes. Brother Cousins, what you say?
I say yes.
Oh!
Why not?
And I say yes. And if they can make Frog
Oh!
ready, then they can make Jabba the Hutt characters for Return of the Jedi. Yes.
Yes. Then here we go, baby.
And I say yes.
Number 4. Will we get one of Mario's clips? We'll have to see. Okay. Okay. I'm talking about Paley. And I'm going to be honest with you. She's already in the damn trailer. And she was in the book of Boba Fett. And she was in last season. And we got all her droids. I say yes. Go, Brett.
I say yes too. We got we got all of her droids, and I think she's going to have a bigger role in some way. I don't know how, but I think so.
Brother Cousins?
I say yes, please. I want her.
Oh my God.
And I say yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Number 3.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
He's in the trailer. I say yes too.
Yeah,
but not for Book of Boba Fett. For Mando season 3.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
Yep. And plus you get yes. And you get more, there'll be more accessories for him because he will be more involved. So 100% yes.
Yep.
Here we go.
And I say yes.
2. All right, number 2. And make some noise if you. All right, this is a hard one. You're going to have to think. I'm going to say yes, but I have a specific reason. I know she's in stock, but I say yes, although I think it'll be if you thought that arena suit Boba Fett was limited. All right, I say yes, but go to Brent. Let's go.
I say yes too. How can you have a Mandalorian season without this character being involved and pivoting the storyline?
Well, because she's in stock though. But here's I think it's going to have some alterations. I think they're going to get rid of this somehow. Like it already had 10% off today, but I agree. I think that they're going to do this. And there's so many things that they could be in battle. You can't remove your helmet. She could be dying, and then for some reason, Din Djarin takes off her helmet. There's a moment they give the actress, that, and then all of a sudden it's like, damn, you get a head sculpt. Who knows? Who knows what they could do? Jay, yes or no?
I think I'm going to say this. I think she has grail potential. I do. Because a lot of grails were figures that just sat around and people didn't pay attention to. It depends on what happens with her arc in the series. If she has a big arc, if her armor changes or whatever, because it would be easy to repackage her, put her out, give her some type of a diorama, because you've seen them doing that a lot now, giving her a diorama and then repackaging her. I could see that, but you know what? I'm gonna say no. I think they're gonna sell as many of because she's still around, and I think they're gonna sell her, and she's gonna be the one that slipped away, and then people are gonna go back to the secondary market looking for her, and she's gonna go. Oh, I didn't mean to do that, but she's gonna skyrocket.
No, and a lot of people in the chat are saying no way. So I'm gonna call this even because we're gonna count them in this. So we'll have to see. We had an even one before, so we're gonna call this one a tie. I don't know. It's interesting, isn't it? It's like hard to figure out. All right, here's number 1. It's not Bail. It's not Bail Organa. Just letting you know right now, it's not Bail. However, we may be probably playing Mario's clip with this, but where is it? Number 1. And she's on StarWars.com, baby.
Ooh.
All right, brother Cousins, you said woo. So, all I'm going to say is this. Go to StarWars.com, and she's still on there as Gina Carano. And Favreau and Filoni would never in a million. If you thought Luke was secret, you've not even seen secrecy. If they wanted to throw her in either to write her story arc off in one show, you would never know. It'll be on, it'll be over, they'll deal with the aftermath, and that's it. Go, baby. Yes or no?
I say yes.
Oh.
And I wouldn't be surprised if they bring her back. I mean, I would not be surprised. And they were like, look, we brought you back. We made a mistake. Here it is. Yeah.
Wow, look at all these yeses in here. Definitely don't do. Yes.
I think yes.
Sam Short, yes.
I'm 110% in agreement with Jay. I believe Filoni and Favreau she's going to make a cameo in season 3. She's going to pop up, and it's going to be to the latter part of the season, I bet. But I think that there's been a kumbaya, everybody's kissed and made up, or something has gone on, and there's just been this shroud of secrecy around the whole thing. And look, they've pulled it off with the whole. So don't think for 1 second that there hasn't been some contracts sold to, keep your mouth shut. And I mean, it's I think she's back.
Chills.
Was she let go during the I forget his name, K-Chep, in the K-Chep era? Was it under K-Chep's management when they let her go, or was it under Bob Iger?
I think it was. I think it was K-Chep.
Damn good question. I think you're right. I think it is K-Chep. Yeah,
I think it's K-Chep. So if Bob Iger,
it's kind of. I mean, so here it is, gang. The panel says,
and I say yes.
So now the question is, if that figure gets released, how long will that one be at number 1?
Yeah.
I mean, oh my God. Well, 1/6 shooter puts in here. It would be it would go number 1 very, very quickly. 1/6 shooter with the $2 drop says Grief Karga, Carson, Tiva, Black Chrysanthemum. Come on, baby. You're making me spill my coffee. Yes, and sir. I say, yes, thank you for the $2 drop. And Eric Hankey is in the house. Cad Bane, season 3. You know something, baby? I'm kind of feeling this.
And I say yes.
Could be.
I don't think he's dead. I really don't.
No.
I really don't. I mean, how many times did Boba Fett say, I was left for dead on the sands of Tatooine? I mean, and everyone's left for dead on the sands of Tatooine. And everyone who's left for dead, unless you're the deputy and you're shot not on the sands, but on the porch of the salon. You're dead if you die on you're not dead if you die on Tatooine. No, I think they're gonna. I don't think Cad Bane's dead. I think he will have some type of restoration robotic parts. Jay,
I agree. Yeah, don't think he's dead at all. No, he's coming back. Too big of a character.
He's way, way too big. This was a lot of fun, gentlemen, and thank you so much, Eric, for the $2 drop, and Shmi Skywalker back from the dead. I'm gonna play this because I know we've been waiting for it.
And I say no.
Good stuff there, Mama Luigi. Funny stuff. Listen, let me go take this banner off. What a darn fun show. Remember, So here's the thing. I'm giving away 2 Hot Toys from my collection, in the shipping boxes and everything, from The Mandalorian, for my 2-year anniversary here at Six Scale Cantina. I'm going to be doing it the week of The Mandalorian Season 1. It comes out March 1st, I think, guys, right? On a Wednesday. Here's the thing. What do you got to do? Number one, I'm giving away my figures. You pay the shipping, number one, but I'll go out and I'll mail it and I'll give it to you. Number two, you got to subscribe. Subscribe to Six Scale Cantina.
Right.
You're not just going to have one shot. Doesn't a lot of times that's like, oh, I tried, didn't win. I'm going to roll the dice again that day. And all you got to do is just subscribe to the channel. So go ahead and subscribe right now to Six Scale Cantina so that when you go ahead and you enter the contest, and I'll be telling you how to do that in the upcoming week and two here, you will already be eligible, because if you're not subscribed and you win, Jay, Brent, I'm not going to send it, baby, because I'll look, because we can tell who subscribes in there. So make sure you subscribe right now. And I'm going to be giving away not just one, but a couple of Hot Toys here at Aries Cantina, home of Six Scale Cantina. But listen, talking about subscribing, you absolutely need to subscribe to this man down here, Brother Cousins Toy Reviews. I've got the link to Brother Cousins in the video description below. Also, don't forget Lael, too, who was on earlier, 1/6 Scale Man. I got his link within the video description below. But Brother Cousins, speaking of your channel, I think that I'm going to be on there this week, baby. And that's Thursday.
Yes.
I think at 8 o'clock, right?
Thursday, 8 o'clock. Best of the best. Be there. Yes. We also got some videos coming up. I believe in about 20 minutes, I'm premiering my Hasbro HasLab Proton Pack video. So check that out. That's going to be up in about 20 minutes. That's going to be great. And then tomorrow, big day. We're not doing Good Morning Grails this week.
You're not?
We're not. But we are doing an unboxing of Sam Wilson's Captain America, newly released tomorrow morning. Unboxing and review at 8 a.m. It's going to be great. It's going to be fun. Aries, thank you so much for having me tonight. This has been I've had a ball. This was great. Thank you so much for having me here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And Brent, I know you don't got a channel yet, but when you have one, we're all going to subscribe, baby. Always awesome having you in the cantina, my friend.
Yeah, thanks for having me in. Yeah, maybe one of these days I'll start one and I'll start harassing you guys. But meantime, follow me on Twitter at Brent Ashcroft. I occasionally tweet back and forth with Mark Hamill. So, I mean, you can hop on there and jump in on that conversation if you want. I haven't tweeted with him lately, but
we've talked about that.
Yeah, so you know, occasionally he and I'll have a little volley, and you can get involved in that if you would like. Maybe he'll
listen.
You,
is it possible that you could send Mark a tweet and say, listen, are they making the return of Jedi Luke for the 40th? I mean, come on, let's get busy on Twitter, newsman. You are the newsman. Let's get to Skippy, baby.
Hey, he named one of my cats. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, he named one of my cats via Twitter. So I might just throw that out there, and who knows, maybe
throw it out. Let's go. I am so pumped up. Listen, for everybody in here, I don't always buy coffee out or a spotchka, but when I do, I buy it from Six Scale Cantina. Stay thirsty, my friends.
All right. But this is the last time.